In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. For in him were created all things, in the heavens, on the earth, things visible and things invisible, whether thrones or dominations or principalities or power. All things have been created through and unto him, and he is before all creatures, and in him all things hold together. We hear this beautiful hymn to the Creator by St. Paul in his letter to the Colossians, first chapter 16 to 17. And in lesson 4, which we're beginning right here, right now, in Our Lady Refuge of Sinner Adoration Chapel, we're going to talk a little bit about creation and angels. An interesting topic which many people would like to hear more on, so what a better time than now to dive in a little bit to learn about creation and angels, which make up part of the invisible creation, which we profess in the Creed every Sunday. So first, a word about creation. God is the only one who can create. Humans cannot create. Angels cannot create. We simply can make things. We can simply manipulate material realities, which are already in existence because God has created them. So there's a teaching, a doctrine, a dogma of the faith that God created out of nothing, ex nihilo, literally from nothing. God caused everything to come into being. So what we manipulate, what we modify, is God's gift to us. And he likes the fact that we are creative, quote unquote, to show forth the glory and the splendor of his divine intelligence, his wisdom, his plan. So God is the only one who creates. He makes something from nothing. Creation requires infinite power and infinite wisdom, which God alone possesses. And as we talked about before, all things have a radical dependence upon God for their existence. If he ceased to think or love anything, it would cease to exist. But God would not do that because all of his creation is good, like we heard in the book of Genesis in the beginning, when he looks out upon it. All of creation is not necessary. It's purely a gift from God. He does it freely to manifest and to show his glory and to share it with us so that we can participate in it. And he preserves all of creation in being. And everything that happens is either directly willed by God or he allows it so that greater good may come out of it. Remember, we talked about evil, which is really nothing. It's a lack of a good where there should be good. And it has the nature of being a parasite like cancer, which lives in a host or in a victim and consumes it and corrupts it, ultimately to bring it to death. That's what evil is. That's the way the devil works. And we see it in the world as a thing, but we have to recognize it in the fact that it's a parasite. It's not willed directly by God, but it's permitted so that he can bring greater good out of it. There's a difference between physical evils, such as the decaying of a plant or a tree, or death, which is a thing which God wills, so that he can bring great good from that. And then there's moral evils, which is sins, which God never wills, because he's all holy. And we, who have freedom, can choose to misuse it and commit sin. So God never wills that. He permits evil, but never wills it. So just to remember this as we dive into our study of creation and the angels, that it's all good in God's eyes and in God's will. He looks out upon the vast universe, and he's content to contemplate it on the seventh day when he rests and sees how good it is. May Almighty God bless you, and the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Let us bless the Lord. Thanks be to God.